So for establishing trust and communication and transparency within the team setting, there's a lot of philosophy and discussion about this, but rarely do we see it in good practice. I think about four central things when looking to kind of establish this, whether from something that is completely new or perhaps even a working model that's just being recalibrated. The first thing is clear is kind and kind is clear. This is a phrase that I'm taking from a gentleman I worked with a long time ago who was a long-time Navy SEAL and up to high levels. And he gave me this piece, and his philosophy behind this is that the mannerisms and the kind of the subtleties or the expressions that we have when we're delivering certain messages can significantly alter the way that the words are received. With clear is kind and kind is clear, we want to just think about being genuine, being truly enriched or invested in the conversations that we're having, the presence that we have with each other. And this is going to just give off more of a general, I'm with you, not against you type of feel. The second principle I think about is early and often. With communication, especially when we're meeting people for the first time, we're forming new relationships, we've had turnover on staff, I want to get out and reach out to them very early in the process. I think first impressions are extremely important and tie hand in hand with all of this stuff. And then the often piece is that when we set a good first impression, we don't want to let that fade or kind of dissolve over time. So with this, we want to set up periodic interactions with the people that we're working with and the team that we're working within. Then we have admission of fault. Admission of fault is a really critical one for the sake of trust. When we always think that we're right, or when we know that we're wrong but we refuse to acknowledge it, it can really impair the way in which the trust is received from another person or from the other end. Admission of fault says that you are accountable to yourself. You're never going to just highlight your wins. You don't want to see your criticism or instruction to others as being always unilaterally you to them. Make sure that you're putting your stuff out there as well. Finally, we have acknowledge the positive. This is the one that I struggled on the most over the years, where I just was not necessarily specific about acknowledging other people's successes or their contributions to what they were doing. When we don't praise or when we don't provide, positive affirmation when it's required or when it's necessary, then it just starts to kind of de-incentivize people for doing good. We want to make sure that their presence is felt. We want to make sure that their contribution is appreciated. And although we have the open panel and the trust to discuss the harder things and have the harder conversations, we also want to reciprocate that with acknowledging what's being done well.